Hello, everybody, and welcome to eDIOCRACY, the show in which a bunch of idiots that have no clue in what the heck they're doing sit down and save the world. Once again, I am joined by the boys.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
And today, we have another special episode for all of you because we are going and figuring out what happened after the last time because these guys just watched the Grand Wizard Merlin die. A very horrible and explosive death. But enough of that crap. It's time for us to have some happy times as all of them have now made their way through the magic competition and have been able to successfully obtain the legendary sword of Fenrir. And so, without further ado, I think it's time for us to jump on in and forget that there was any death whatsoever through the entire magic competition, and we could just push that to the side real quick and and then just
No wizards were left.
I'm gonna go ahead and spit on Torin's grave.
Except the people that died, but no wizards were harmed.
Yeah, so today we're going to be returning back. We're actually going to be returning right after the competition itself is going to be the following morning. All of them have taken a long rest inside of the amazingness of the tavern, and they are getting up in the morning to partially celebrate their victory, but also to, well, figure out what they are going to do in the meantime, since the magic competition is now over. And so without further ado, let's hop on over. Let's start here with Dazu. So Dazu, you wake up and you start heading down, and you finally get down into the actual tavern itself. You travel down the stairs, and you make it into the tavern part where you see the rest of them kind of sitting there, starting to, they're starting to have some drinks, and they're just starting to bring out food for all of you. As you end up meeting the rest of the party at a table for breakfast.
Did you all sleep well?
As well as I could after what just happened.
I don't know.
I was just cuddling my new sword.
Oh, is that why you've got a cut on your cheek right there?
Ooh. Yeah, I think probably. I gave it a little kiss.
Well, I guess, is there anything else for us to do here? I mean, the magic competition is over, so...
We should probably just go back to the guild hall.
Well, what about I guess the mage killer really isn't for us to handle, because I don't believe any of us could actually accomplish that.
I mean, you kind of...
If I'm going to be honest, I think the aces are probably going to be trying to get on that, but I'm not sure.
And I think they're going to have some trouble with that as well.
That sounds like a whole lot of not our problem anymore,
I know, but it's still one of those things where it's just like, there's got to be something we can do to at least help.
I mean, the problem is I feel like if we did help, we would end up in a pulp, just like Merlin.
Yeah, kind of like we'd just be in the way.
Yeah, or Thorin.
Well, to be fair, the only reason the Mage Killer was able to take down Merlin was because of that necromancy tome, which he already used. He can't use that a second time.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
you also have to remember, he was holding his own against Merlin the entire fight. They were fighting pretty much equally until that moment. So if he is as strong or potentially still stronger than Merlin, I don't believe any of us could take him on.
I suppose.
I wouldn't want to try.
Are any of the aces in this tavern, or are they in a different one?
They're not in that tavern.
Okay.
I think our best bet is probably head back to the guild and let them know, or at least let them know what we know about it. Like, they may already know what we know, but
That there's a psychopathic necromancer on the loose trying to kill people. I mean, I don't know. I feel like news travels fast. People should probably know about him.
I believe his whole plan, at least from the outside perspective, was to kill as many as he could during the magic competition in an effort to kill Merlin. And I think that now that is done, I don't believe he really has any more motive.
The kill.
I mean,
yeah.
unless he's, because I do remember they were talking about the library. They were talking about how the Dark Elves were planning on waging war against everyone else. So, I mean, he may be attempting a one-man army.
What if there's more people from Merlin's old group? He may be trying to go after them too.
I'm pretty sure they're all dead.
Hmm.
I believe that's what they said.
I mean, Merlin was ancient, so.
And on top of it, the one that really, mattered to the Mage Killer seemed to be Merlin.
Hmm. That's true.
So he's probably just in some cave somewhere, just chilling out or hiding out until heat dies down.
I mean, there is one place that he could be hiding. In the Dwarven city.
Oh yeah, but I wouldn't want to mess with those.
Well, the passage of time is very difficult to. It's very difficult to tell how much time has passed down there.
Well, I feel like you'd want to know how much time has passed though, because he's just waiting for heat to die.
Well, I mean, he may have a way to tell time down there, but when we were down there,
Yeah, we had no idea.
Yeah, we had no idea.
Well, anyway, we should probably head back to the guild and be like, hey, you got a psychopath on the loose. Give us our rewards.
Well, I think the reward for
Oh yeah, is this thing?
Yeah.
And I pull out the sword, and then I shove it back in my into my holster.
I mean, I do believe it would probably be in our best effort to head back anyways, because I don't believe there's much of anything we can do here.
Yeah, we should probably just do another job.
yeah, who knows? There might be a good job up there now.
Maybe we can
Yeah.
do some cattle herding. I'm excited.
Did we ever check out the little town on the way to Hector?
No, I don't think we. Well, on our way to here, no, we didn't really stop. Besides,
'cause
like
we were trying
camping
to,
and.
we were rushing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe on our way back we can stop there and check it out.
Yeah, because we kind of barely made it to the competition.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I guess. Do we need to get another carriage? Or
I
should we
could have
just?
swore we stowed ours somewhere.
I think that it was around this tavern, I think, but Ito was the one that I think was in charge of hiding it.
Oh no.
Well, guess
Well,
we
if
ain't
you
finding
used-
that
If you
then.
used any magic to hide it, I mean,
I feel like Ito's hiding things was just growing a bunch of vines on it. So,
Well, it may not even be there anymore.
can I do a
I could-
perception check to just see if I see
We're
one?
still in the tavern.
Oh,
we're
we're still in the tavern.
tavern.
Oh, okay, true.
I
you can still do the
could-
perception check.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be
So
nothing
anyway-
either way.
I see
Oh,
a
you
beer
see that
and a
you're in a
nice
tavern.
wall.
You've recognized the spoon from the table over as a mimic.
Hey, look, I found a rock.
I could, cast locate object. I could probably find it.
Might as well.
Okay.
I mean,
I am going. I mean, listen. I don't want to leave Millie and Mandy.
Who?
Our horses.
did you already forget about our horses?
I didn't know that they had names.
Why the long
This
face?
is why you two aren't in charge of the carriage.
I'm gonna cast locate object to search for the carriage.
I feel like our horses are probably dead. We haven't fed them in a while.
Oh, we don't know where they are. We don't know even where the carriage is, so we don't even know what's going on.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so you use locate object.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just like as you all are sitting there kind of at a table, it's like just on like the back side of the tavern, like pretty much right through the wall. You're like within like 10 feet of it.
Okay. Guys, it's in the back.
Oh, cool. I thought we parked it out back.
I said that it was nearby.
Hmm.
Like
guess
I'm talking about if there was not a wall in between you and it, you could basically get up, walk a couple feet, and just touch it.
I thought that we had stowed it around here.
Well, we should probably go and after we finish eating here, go and check on it.
Hmm.
Novos,
I
are you
hope
gonna eat your tater tots?
You can have half of them, but I feel like
She just like sticks out his tongue and like well, his tongue covers all of them.
Like Scooby-Doo style?
yeah.
Oh my
no,
gosh.
You can
It's
just
like only half of the tots like stick to his tongue.
you can just have those. I think I'm done.
Okay.
Alright, I guess we should go ahead and head out.
So, you end up heading out, and you go around the tavern. You get back to your wagon. You find it's okay and everything. And right next door
horses
is
still alive?
right next door is literally just not exactly what I call like a stable, but it's a place you can keep horses for the tavern and everything. And they've been feeding them and everything.
Okay,
And as you go to like basically pick up your horses, there's like a stable guy there, and he just looks over and he goes, these horses have been here quite some while. Do you realize how much food those things eat?
What's the cost?
Gonna be 2 gold pieces.
Alright, I flick him 3 gold pieces. Keep the change.
Well, thank you very kindly. Appreciate it. Yeah, they're all set and everything. You could take them whenever. I did get bored the other day, so I did a little cleanup on the hooves for you. So
Oh, well, thank you.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
So
Thank you.
make sure you take care of them horses. They're very fine horses.
Thank you, Mr. Horseman.
And so he ends up walking inside. There's a couple other horses and everything that's in there from other adventurers. And he goes inside and get your stuff settled, and you're able to hook them up just fine, and you're about ready to head off.
Alright, is there anything else we should do before we leave?
Make sure we got some food for the horses before we go.
Yeah, I'll go back to the stable and ask if we can get a few provisions for the horses for on our way back.
Okay. So let's see. How many days of food are you trying to get for the horses?
I can't remember how many days it was to get from Hector to Hestia.
It was
we're
roughly
also-
it was roughly about 5 days.
And I think
And we also want to stop off at the other village there that we didn't get to stop off on the way.
So
They might
it's a
have-
5 days walk. With the carriage, it's like 3 or 4.
They might have more
So
provisions at the next town over.
Yeah. I'll just say 5 days provision, since I think that should be enough to get us to the other town, and we can see if they have any provisions, and then if not, we can at least make it most of the way home without worrying too much.
Okay, yeah, give me a second. So for the horses, it's that much. So that would be so 5 days is 5 days for 2 horses. That is going to be, let's see. So that's that times 5 days times the cost. And then we add. Oh man, I'm overcomplicating this. I need to do it based on silver. So by the looks of this, it's going to be roughly 15 silver or 1.5 gold. And that's just the rations itself. If anyone wants to carry it. Oh
we
wait,
can
sorry.
just put
Wait a
it
minute. Wait. I chose the wrong thing. My bad. Wait a minute. I think right? Oh no. Never mind. I did choose the right thing. Sorry. They've got legacy and non-legacy on this page. So I saw rations and then rations 1 day, but apparently they just took the 1 day part off of it.
Okay, so 1.5 gold.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you don't want to carry it and you want to put it in your wagon, you're gonna have to buy a barrel, which is 2 gold.
I guess I'll carry it.
Okay.
So I give him 1 gold and then 5 silver pieces.
Okay.
And then
I'll give him 2 gold for the barrel, so we can just throw it in.
Okay.
That way, in
Okay.
case you need a free hand, we have a free hand.
Got it. You're all set then. You pretty much get your stuff together. You get your barrel with all the food.
Should the sword be in my inventory, or do I like?
I mean, I didn't add it, so no, it shouldn't. If it
Okay.
is, it would be kind of weird.
Yeah. No, I was just making sure that you like didn't add it, or there was something I'm missing, or how I refer to said sword when I use it.
Got it. Yeah. So what I would say for now, add it like a simple, add a simple longsword.
Okay, simple longsword. Gotcha.
Yeah. Just add a normal longsword. It is considered a magical sword.
Yeah.
But it's not like a +1 or anything on it. It's just a longsword. But from what I told you before, you can basically summon the almighty Fenrir.
Yeah.
So you could do that once per day, and he lasts up to 2 hours.
Okay, cool.
So, and we'll say that like you use your long rest to attune to it because you pretty much have to attune to it.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So you all get ready. You get your stuff together, and you're pretty much ready to head off. And so you're just about to head on off. You get into the wagon. You kind of pull it out into the street itself, and you take one last look of Hector before you decide you are going to leave and head back to Hestia, seeing all of the peacefulness, seeing the huge-ass crater made in the middle that's now trying to be filled up, by various workers and stuff. And you realize you're going to have to now take a detour around like half a city in order to actually just leave. It's actually a very, very inconsistent spot, or a very inconvenient spot with how it was placed. And so now you're going to have to detour about halfway around. But you are getting ready. You're just about to head out. And then you just start hearing someone yelling down the street behind you. And you see a halfling run up with his staff in hand and just And as he's running down, you're just like, "Hey, wait, 1 second, 1 second!" And you see Quinn running up. He's like, "Oh!" And he gets up to your wagon and he goes, "Oh, jeez, y'all about to head off on me, and I haven't even got to really meet any of you."
Who are you?
Quinn? Are the
Quinn?
Aces the reason you're not dead?
Oh, Quinn. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, sorry, friend.
Well, we figured we were going to leave the city because I don't believe there's anything we can really accomplish. We feel like we would just be getting in the way.
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, I'm not entirely sure. What would you be getting in the way of?
I mean, there's nothing else for us to do here. The only other thing we would be wanting to assist with is trying to get the mage killer and bring him to justice.
Well, it is kind of funny you say that because it seems we ended up getting a letter this morning. And so I rushed right over here right when I got it. And you see, like, walking behind him is the other Aces, like, coming up the street. And he goes, "You see," and he pulls out the letter and he goes, "This letter is addressed from the mage killer to you."
Like, to me personally or to the group? You?
Like, to the group.
Does it say to yes on it?
Yeah, it says to the party, yes.
Okay.
I love that.
I'll take it from him and open it.
And
I'm gonna like look over his shoulder as he opens it.
Yeah. And so as you
Oh, so
open
you know
it,
how to read.
yeah, as you end up opening the letter itself, it tells you of a location out to the west of Hector, kind of toward the coast, and basically, as it tells you to go out there, there's a tiny little peak. Let's see if I can zoom in for this. There's a little peak here, right near a forest, where all of you can see. This has been marked on the map for you, and it says, "You may not know me from, well, the fact that we never met as acquaintances, but as enemies. However, with all of the things that I've done recently, I don't expect you to read this letter as a terms of peace or anything of that regard. But I wanted to offer you one last chance to hopefully fix a few things that I've caused. Please meet me at the location that I've marked here, to the northwest of Hector, and I will explain everything that you would like."
Well, this doesn't seem like a trap or a bad idea. I think we should trust him full-heartedly and go meet up.
I'd rather not.
I look to the Aces and say to them, "Do you think you could spare one or two of your team to come with us in case he tries to attack us and kill us?" I mean, I don't see as to why he would, because as far as we're aware, the only reason he was attacking and killing people were in an effort to kill Merlin. And now that that's done, there's really no need for him to do anything.
So, yeah, and just as you say that, the rest of the Aces actually, like, you know, they finally get behind enough to hear, and then and then you hear, like, the big Goliath there, he, like, looks down at Quinn and just goes, "I think I'm ready to go beat stuff up, too. Big Bruce wants to go beat up Magic Man."
Wow, he almost sounds as literate as Dashu.
You mean yourself? Remember,
mean
because I was the
myself.
one that read this. You don't know how to read.
I mean myself. What?
Nova says that in like the most downtrodden voice. Like, I mean myself.
I mean myself. No, I was confused on the statement. I didn't fully understand what you were saying to me.
Well, I first off, relax, Bruce. There's a few things that we could do, but I don't think it's time for you to go and start beating up random people. What do you mean, random people? It's Magic Man. Magic Man, go to the Magic Man. I get that,
Like
but
this guy's logic.
I get that, but you know, like, right now it's kind of a delicate situation, and honestly, I don't want to bring any more trouble than what it is. You see, this letter was not addressed to us for good reason, probably because of the fact that we actually knew Merlin somewhat well. I mean, there are a lot of motives and everything that, this mage killer must have for doing what he did. As horrible of the things he did, I don't think he didn't have a reason. I mean, maybe. Yeah, we have seen a couple of those, but, I mean, there's still probably, I don't know, something good in them? I'm not entirely sure, but we probably shouldn't be sending, big guy on this one. But Magic Man killed my favorite Magic Man! And you see Nazo just look over at him and just goes, but you are not the man, you are, well,
What is this
Bruce
guy?
does not know what you are. And Nazo just kind of shrugs like, fair. And Aiden just goes, look, okay, what we're trying to say is we could send you guys out there. And, well... What?
Oh, I was gonna say, what's the name of the big guy?
The name's Bros.
Oj?
Bros.
Bros.
BRWO.
Okay, because I was just gonna say,
I think there's a 3 in there.
it's really, really hard to tell you and Aiden apart because you guys are so similar.
QJ.
And what is that supposed to mean? Bros
I
is a
just-
lot bigger and gray and...
Yeah, I think
Um,
Bros might be smarter. I think that's it. I think that's the difference.
Aiden looks pissed and
I'm just gonna smirk at Aiden.
yeah, he looks pissed and he takes a step forward and like you're literally like you see the you see the woman that's with him like literally like holding him back, just like, it's not worth it, don't do it, it's not worth it. It's just like, oh my gosh, I want to kill him so badly.
You're not alone.
Okay, look. Naso can't really say it himself, so I'm gonna let you in on a little something. Naso does have the capability of sending you all out there. And matter of fact, he can, he could transport what was it, 5 people? And you see Naso just kind of shrug. He's like, okay, so it's not sure the exact number of people, but he knows that he can at least get you 4 out there. So possibly himself too, if if all things go well. Nazo, would you be able to bring them back, or would y'all have to walk? And Nazo just kind of sits there and thinks for a second, and then just kind of shakes his hand like a maybe. It's like, okay, well, either ways, I know he can get you out there because he's used the same thing on Bruce before, after Bruce was about to rampage a town. So, well, if you would like, we could send you out there, and, Nazo, could you please try to go with them? And Nazo nods and kind of agrees with it, and then he steps forward, and, you see him kind of like see him kind of move his staff around and everything, almost like he's like preparing a spell. And Quinn just goes, "If you want to go to this meetup from the letter, Nazo could probably get you out there, but do keep in mind, we have no clue what the actual, well, motives at this point are. So it is your choice."
I think we should.
It probably is in the best interest of everyone for us to go out.
Oh my god, I
Yeah.
didn't realize that Fenrir was the Hell Beast. That's crazy.
We'll go out, but I'm not going to trust a single thing he says.
I think I'm gonna trust him wholeheartedly. As a joke. It's a joke. He probably, honestly, out of anybody he wants to stab, it is probably mostly me. So I don't
Novus
think
would
I'll
probably
trust him.
believe him wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
Funnily
No-
enough.
Nobo's a master at deception, but at like he has no idea if he's if he's being honest with Novos or not, and Novos just takes everything to heart.
Also, he's not the only one that wants to stab Novos.
I think everybody.
It's
I think
like-
everybody wants to stab
I
Novos.
think there's a long list of people that want to stab him.
Hold on, let me go to my enemy lists. Give me a second.
Just everyone.
Oh yeah, okay. So core like Thor, but not as cool. Strong guy from Guild of Hestia, is Aiden, and Marquise for manhandling me are my enemies. So, although Mage
You forgot
Killer
to
is not on
Dazu.
the list. Yeah, I did forget. Well, Dashu wants to kill me, but he's not my enemy. Dashu just wants to hurt me real good, which is about.
Isn't that the same as an enemy?
No. See, Aiden is like at an 8 because he actually wants to Aiden would just destroy me if he could, right? Dashu's like half my height, less of a threat, so I rate him 5 on my enemy scale, is where Aiden's probably like a 7 or 8.
You know, you could have gone for the obvious height joke here.
Oh no, I did, and I pat Dashu on the head.
I bite your hand as you start to go to pat me, and I don't let go.
We just hear a little like,
He's just gumming up my hand. I'm just gonna toss him off.
his teeth like retracts like toothless.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Okay. So, y'all planning on going?
I
Yes,
guess.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Nazo, I guess going ahead and start it. And you see Nazo, like, he's sitting there. He's been pretty much winding up a spell for a bit. And eventually, after another, 30 seconds of doing this, he finally, moves his staff forward. And 5 feet in front of the wagon, or 5 feet in front of the horses themselves, you see a door appear. And it's not big enough to fit the entire wagon, but it definitely can fit each one of you. And Quinn just goes, "We'll take care of the horses while you're gone. Don't worry."
Thank you. I'm gonna start doing that Macarena as I walk backwards towards the portal.
Yeah, and as soon as he goes through the portal, Novos can't hear anymore. He can't hear. He's not able to hear this. Everybody else is about to walk through, and Aiden just goes, "That guy's such an idiot."
No.
I'm gonna give Millie and Mandy a little pat before I walk through.
And so you all start walking through, and Nazo kind of comes behind. As you end up walking through, it's almost like you're walking inside of a really kind of mysterious and bright hallway. All around you seems to be swirls of magic, and It's almost like you're walking on some invisible bridge to some other like kind of magical opening, and as you walk up, you get to it. It's very bright. You can't see on the other side of the magical opening itself, but as you just walk through, one by one, all of you end up appearing what seems to be pretty much in the middle of nowhere, sitting out on a windy cliff. And out in front of you is the water, and just barely in the distance you can see you could see pretty much like the remains of an old volcano on a distant island there. And you're just kind of sitting there, or you're kind of standing there, and you see on the edge is a figure in all black robes with its hood down. You could see some elvish ears poking out. You could see someone just kind of sitting there looking out, basically just looking out toward the island itself out there.
Was Aiden talking shit about me? My ears were burning. So I just...
No.
Usually that happens when someone talks shit about me.
He actually said that he really likes you and respects you and wants to, be your friend.
Oh, that's really nice of him.
Yeah, you
I
should
appreciate him.
definitely go and try and give him a hug when we see him next.
I think I will. Aiden, we've had our times, but I think he's growing on me. Are you sure he wasn't talking shit?
I'm very sure.
All right. I believe you. Believe you.
And Nazo kind of basically taps Novos' shoulder with a staff, and then points at the guy sitting on the cliff.
Oh, yeah. Looks like the mage killer. He looks sad. Welp. All right. I guess we'll go see what's that about. That's about. All right. I guess. Hopefully I don't die. Right? Right, guys. It's a joke. All right. Cool. I'm gonna start walking towards the mage killer.
And that will be behind Novos.
I'll be behind Dazu.
So
We conga line and then
Everybody's just cowering behind.
So-
We're just gonna Congo down to King. Yeah.
So you're all basically, you walk down kind of in a Congo line up until about, I'd say about 50 feet from this guy, and you kind of stop for a moment, and you see him slowly, you see him kind of slowly turn around, still sitting on the ground. He kind of turns himself, and he goes, "Welcome. I didn't realize you would actually come here."
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Well, we wanted answers, and we also figured that at the very least we could figure out why, what, and everything.
We also figured that you wouldn't really have any vengeance toward us because you were only after Merlin. You weren't after us. It just we happened to get in your way. So, you do what you do to. Well, I mean, Merlin killed your entire race, so can't really fault you on that one, buddy.
Well, seems that someone at least knows about it. Well, I guess come have a seat. I don't plan on trying to kill you. There's no point.
Go ahead and take a
I
seat.
sit across from him.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit I'm gonna put a one-person distance between me and the mage killer. So I sit close, but I don't sit close because he's my
basically
buddy,
right
but he's
next to
not my
him.
pal. Yeah.
So
I'm
you
gonna
all
stay standing behind.
Yeah. So you go over there. You kind of sit near him and everything. Nazo ends up coming over, and he kind of sits, but he's floating 3 feet off the ground.
Of course, Najee would be floating. Why
so-
wouldn't he be floating?
The only thing that's not floating is his staff. He's using his staff to somewhat balance him as he's kind of
He's
sitting
doing
on air.
the street performer thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's doing the street performer thing.
I'm gonna as Dashu does that, I'm gonna wave my hand under Dashu's robe, or not Dashu, but as his robes, just to check and see if there's any thing holding him up.
No, there's not. He's just
Okay,
floating.
alright.
Like you
So I just-
see him like instead of the street performer thing is they just kind of sit there in place. For him, he's
Yeah.
literally like bobbing up and down on like
Oh,
what seems to
okay,
be
okay.
like a little bit of air.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but so you know, you see the mage killer. He just kind of sits there, and he looks at all of you and goes, "Well, since y'all wanted some answers, well, what questions do you have?"
So, we know that Merlin had co-conspirators. Are they dead, or are you gonna track them next, or what? You know, what's your next step, man?
Oh, you're talking about that party?
Yeah.
Nah, they died long ago.
Well,
so-
that's good.
Yeah. Not really a whole lot to do at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've just been traveling for a long time.
True. Sorry, I bitch smacked you. It wasn't personal. That was. You just killed our friend, so I felt like it was only necessary.
Yeah.
But
You've killed quite a few people, actually.
yeah, but
Mhm.
And
I didn't know you were chill like that, dog.
yeah, well, it was kind of under the, I was able to do a few things, but yeah, unfortunately, taking lives was part of the only way that I could kill Merlin.
Damn.
A part of me does regret the actions that I did. I didn't want to kill people,
Mm.
but I couldn't let Merlin live after what he did.
Yeah. I mean, are you the only dark elf left?
From what I can tell, yeah.
Damn. Damn.
He killed roughly about 2,000 dark elves that night. Just him
Mm.
alone, not counting the rest of the party who were basically pulling us all together and also slaying us by the hundreds.
And were there women, children, civilians? You just murdered everyone?
Yep.
Damn.
They
Yeah.
They took a job from a nearby kingdom. And that kingdom thought that the Dark Elves were going to be, well, a problem. And yes, we were on the brink of war. And
What kingdom was that?
it's an elven kingdom. The one that's currently fighting against Hestia at the current moment. Well, technically it's a series of kingdoms. They've been... It's a bunch of tribes that kind of just work together. They don't necessarily have an official name, but a lot of the humans around these parts have been calling them the Elven Rebellion, as they've been rebelling, and some even consider them as what are called the Dragon Saviors. But
You wouldn't happen to know the family name, would you?
of what, the ones that issued the killing?
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure that out my entire life.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, being a dark elf, I can't set foot anywhere inside of elven territory.
Yeah.
Even though they think that we are all dead, the one time I did get there, I was attacked on sight, and they put a bounty on my head.
Are you able to disguise yourself as a normal elf? Or
That is a possibility, but unfortunately, even my magic is limited. I wouldn't be able to do it 24/7. I'd
Yeah,
have to walk
that's fair.
around with a mask all the time and hope that no one can see through my disguise, but
And if they do, you're dead.
pretty much.
Damn.
You see, elves are very clever, and a lot of elves tend to live a very long time. Matter of fact, the reason that the war between Hestia and the elven tribes has even lasted this long, despite their surprisingly inferior numbers, they have been able to hold them off. I mean, Hestia is not one of the biggest kingdoms out there. You know, the city of Hestia alone has probably, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 people at best. But I mean, even with the armies only consisting of maybe 10 to 20,000 soldiers throughout all of the kingdoms, the elves are still outnumbered 6-1. And yet they've been holding them off very well because, well, elves are a lot better at magic. The only things that could ever rival elves were the dark elves, who were a little more inclined to magic. And you see him kind of twiddle a little bit of magic through his fingers, and he goes, and we've also had a lot more powerful spells to work with.
Would you be able to teach me some? I mean, my mother was an elf, and my father was a human. So, I mean, I have some elvish magic in me, but not much.
Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I could teach you. Unless you are pure blood dark elf, there's no chance that I would be able to give you much of assistance there.
Makes sense.
But you're probably wondering why I wanted to bring you out here.
Yeah.
So, I did go off and, of course, killed Merlin. You were all there.
I thought he was gonna pop out of a door somewhere and be like, "My death was exaggerated," but he didn't. He's just some mush on the ground. So he did a good job at that, I guess.
Merlin is dead. I made sure of that. Matter of fact, that little crystal ball I used. Do you know what that is?
The Orb of Souls.
Some kind of necromancy tome.
Yes. It can be used for necromancy magic. However, it can also be used as a way to open up I guess you could call a black hole of some sorts. But basically, what it does is when you fill it with enough souls and then continue to channel magic into those souls, eventually the ball itself becomes unstable, and you could essentially get rid of anything. It was actually I wouldn't say a popular, but it was definitely a very useful tool when trying to deal with a lot of the dragons during the War of Dragons over 1,000 years ago. It was...
What happened to the souls?
Well, unfortunately, there's not really a whole lot you could do with those. Usually they're just kind of released. If any of the souls died with regrets, they would kind of just find somewhere in the world that they had attachment to and stay there. Or you would have them, or, if they didn't have any regrets when they died, they would travel to the next life, I guess.
Well, because from what I understand, the souls are the ones that power the explosion. They're the energy. So.
Yes. Which honestly, in that thing, I was surprised to even find out that existed. And when I did, had to get my hands on it. But unfortunately, the person I hired to get it, realizing what it was, decided to try to upcharge it. So much so that I didn't have enough money for it. And so I tried to take it, but it didn't work out too well.
Yeah, you can say that.
So I actually was a little lucky when I found out the one squirt there had it.
Yeah, and you know who wasn't lucky? Him.
Yeah.
You killed our friends.
Yeah, that was real tricky of you because I thought you were gone, and then you just came back and you stabbed him. You know, if you would have told us what you were doing or your story, we may have tried to help you. But instead, innocent man died, unfortunately.
And in your effort to kill the person that wronged you, you ruined many lives.
That is something I do know, and I have accepted that. I can't say I regret my actions for everything that I did, but I really do wish there was another way. But unfortunately, to get revenge for my people, to avenge them, there's no other way than using what I did.
Merlin was a very powerful wizard.
Very much so. But I didn't just pull you out here to relish on the past and make you think about your friends. And you see him reach into his robe, and he pulls out a book. And as he sets it down, he ends up opening it, which then summons an item. And it happens to be a lantern of some sort. And he goes, "There's an old friend of mine who gave me this." And he takes the lantern and kind of sets it on the ground. He goes, "I didn't use all of the souls that I had. If I used all of them, I would have leveled the entire town. And my intentions were to minimize the amount of losses. And while I can't exactly bring all of the souls back to their bodies, I can offer this." And he takes out basically another like crystal ball. This one's about probably the size of his palm, and he sets it on top. And as he does, you see him set it on top, and it almost perfectly fits inside the lantern. And he goes, "Now, if any of you have any sort of attachment to any of these souls that are in this, it will show the souls that are trapped inside of this lantern."
Should I check for him?
And for, I can't remember the goblin's name.
Char?
Char, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna touch it.
Okay. So as Novos touches it, he touches it for a moment, and it gives him a slight little shock, nothing to like hurt him. And his hand slightly pulls away, and you see the ball starts shifting through what looks to be flashing images of different people. You do in fact see Char. You see Torin. You see Ito. And then you see a few others from the magic competition. And as you look at this, you see them it kind of flashes over and over, almost like a repeating slideshow, for about 30 seconds, and then after that it kind of fades back in, and you see the Mage Killer kind of look at all of you and go, now, I do wish that there was another way, and I do wish I could bring back these souls, as I don't need them. But I do have the possibility for all of you of bringing back one. This lantern is now tied to my life force, which means that if I pass, all of the souls will be released. If you were to channel all of your magic, or to channel at least a good portion of it, you would be able to essentially use that crystal ball to bring one person back to life from any of the souls captured in this lantern. But in order to do that, I will have to die.
Are you willing to pay that price?
Well, I don't exactly have anything left.
Fair enough. Well, Torin, I really like. Well, Ito was that guy. Torin was all right, but Ito was that guy.
I feel like Char is also a good one to bring back because, and I kind of like shift the rapier that I got from, what was the guy's name?
Gregory the Second.
Yeah, from Gregory the Second, and he would also appreciate having his one true friend back.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Dashu. I don't remember him.
You don't remember much.
Yeah, essentially. I remember Ito. I remember Torin, but I don't remember Char. Oh, was he that wizard's friend?
Yes.
They got blasted to smithereens.
Yeah, when we fought at the second, was it the second or the third part?
Second round.
Second.
Yeah, the second part.
He was the one that got killed by the dragon.
Yeah.
Right.
He saved me.
Oh, that's right. Did Torin actually do anything useful? I can't remember.
Torin was our friend.
Well, yeah, but was he useful? I didn't ask if he was our friend.
I don't think it's really a matter of use right now, Novos.
Oh, well.
As an example, if you were dead and it was you in this situation, well, actually, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. Because you guys would just leave me in the lantern, so I don't want to hear your opinion on bringing me back, because I know you wouldn't.
We would bring you back.
Lies. It's all lies. I see through the deceptions. This is the one time Novos actually sees through deceptions.
You would probably complain that you were having fun in the lantern, let's be honest.
Yeah, truly.
Anyways, so who should we bring back? I feel like
for me, it's between
Torin
Ito and Torin.
It's kind of an impossible choice. They all meant something to us.
Yes. I will say Char, out of the three of those, even though he did save my life, we didn't know him very well. We don't know much about him or Gregory the Second.
Hmm.
And I do know that, all things given, Gregory II will be happy at the fact that, and I look to the Mage Killer, that you're dead. So I think regardless of who we choose, he will be happy.
Didn't Torin run headfirst into the dragon?
He ran
Yes.
first into a lot of things.
Yeah. Including, I want to say he ran headfirst into you, and I look at the Mage Killer and I was like, is that right? Do I remember that correctly?
That might have been Bada,
Mm.
in all honesty.
Could be. Well, because I know the Mage Killer killed Torin with the life suck. He gave him the good suck.
Well, we also kind of did the same thing with Bada.
Yeah, Bada got the good
Hmm.
suck too. I don't know. I really can't decide between Torin and Ito.
Maybe we should take a vote.
Yeah. We could always flip a coin.
Leave it up to fate.
Leave it up to fate. But why don't we take a vote and we'll see if we come to a tied vote, then we'll flip a coin.
Okay, I guess those in favor of Ito, speak now.
I
I'm also
suppose
in
I would
favor.
vote for Ito.
I would also vote for Ito.
I think I would vote for Ito as well.
Doran's just some dirt, dude.
Oh my gosh!
Well, we'll just
We love Torin.
Oh, Ian's just listening to us.
He's just hearing us bash his character.
Yeah, for all the viewers at home, I really do want to point. He is still here. He's currently he's sitting in the event room, but listening in, but he's just in the audience, so like he can hear everything they're saying. So I really feel bad for him. I left him the option to not be here today. Part of the reason was for this.
We love you, Waffles.
Waffles is probably just ignoring us fully, though. In all honesty. He probably hasn't even been paying attention.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Here I am off in my own world, like listening in, but like trying to think, and then everyone votes for Ito.
Yeah, what do you think, Gel?
Who do you choose, Gel?
I mean, it doesn't really much matter who I would choose, because
Oh, we wanna hear it. We wanna hear it. Maybe at least one person cares about Torin.
Well, I mean, considering how much debt Gale has rocked up for Torin, I guess Gale would have to go with Torin.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say. He owes me a lot of money, so realistically, I gotta bring him back.
That's a very
no.
good answer.
Gale would owe Torin a lot, so.
Oh, okay.
Because Torin has saved Gale a lot, so.
Yeah, I don't remember one time Torin saved me, but I do remember Ito saving me multiple times.
But
Well.
since it's three of you going on for Ito, I guess don't really have that much of a.
Look, this is strictly
competition here,
strictly as Novos. This is not Brandon at all. This is Novos here. Novos votes for Ito. Novos is still upset because Torin just threw away his life, and he easily could have survived, but he chose not to.
I wouldn't say easily. I mean, I almost killed off multiple of you.
Yeah. No, it was close, but like Torin literally ran straight, like head first into the Mage Killer and was like, "Take me!" and then just dead.
No, I didn't run into the Mage Killer. He ran into the dragon
Oh,
first.
he didn't. Oh, it was the dragon. That's right. Well,
he is running into
to
multiple dragons, actually.
Yeah. Well, the dragon I think is what took the majority of his health, and that's why he died.
Yeah.
From what I remember is he did go headfirst into the dragon, but then once the mage killer showed up, he started running that way,
Toward
like after the
mage
dragon
killer.
was
Yeah.
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 As the dragon was like basically hitting him with a huge breath of cold, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Novos isn't the brightest, but I think Torrent took the cake on that one. The elevator did definitely not go all the way up.
The light bulb clicked. Unfortunately, we forgot to replace the light bulb.
The
We
light
weren't
bulb
using
made
the
a sound,
LEDs
but it
yet.
did
We were still
not
using
turn
those
on.
like really old incandescent light bulbs that was like heating up the room with
Oh my
and
gosh.
just burning the brain cells.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to vote for Ito here. I honestly, no, me and Ito had our times, but in the end, he had my back.
Okay. So, you've all come to a decision.
I believe so.
Okay. And you see him kind of like go and he channels a little bit of magic into the orb itself, and you see it kind of glow and turn a little bit white, and he goes, when you place your hand on it, focus on the one person you would like to bring back, and as you do so, one of you will have to end my life. And he goes, and you just see him kind of, he kind of gets on his knees and he kind of bows, leaving his head pretty much just exposed for, a weapon to hit it.
I pull out my rapier.
I feel like you shouldn't take on this burden alone, Dashu. So I'm gonna pull out the sword
Well,
and
someone needs to.
Well, I was gonna say we
Again.
stab him at the same time, so that way nobody takes the burden alone of killing a man.
Is no burden to me.
Fair enough. Are we gonna do
Alright.
execution style, or were we just like put our swords in opposite
I think we have
direction
to-
on his neck and we just come down at the same time?
Well,
Well, a rapier's not going to really do that. It's more of a stabbing weapon.
yeah, rapier
Yeah,
is a
that's
stabbing
true.
weapon. I was just gonna stab him through the throat.
Oh, fair enough. All right. Well, you do you then, boo boo. Talking about
put
killing a
my-
man.
I'll put my hand on the orb.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be thinking about Ito.
Same.
So, and as you do, everyone sees a picture of Ito appear on the orb itself, and you all get ready, and the mage killer, just before y'all are about to actually hit him, he just goes, could you just do me one favor before I pass?
Sure. Whatever you need, man.
I just need someone to know my name.
Yeah.
The name's Farkram.
Farkram. I'm gonna, honestly, hold on. I'm gonna go to my notes. I'm gonna put allies. I'm gonna add in. his name.
gosh!
It was nice knowing you, Fart Buckle.
I'm gonna type in fart buckle.
Yeah. Yeah, as you say that, he gets a little chuckle and goes, Farbuckle. That's no one's ever called me that before.
It's all in good fun. We'll remember your name, Falkram.
Thank you. And just then, you take his life, and he falls lifeless onto the ground in front of all of you. And a few moments later, you see the orb start to glow and start to raise off the lantern itself. And as it raises, the lantern shatters into pieces. The souls from the lantern itself flies out into the sky above, and the orb raises up until about head level, if all of you were standing. And it reaches about head level of an average height person, about, 5.5 feet off the ground. You see it glow a bright white light as the crystal itself, as the crystal ball itself starts to form into a humanoid shape, and then appearing in front of all of you, you see Ito standing there.
I'm gonna run and give him a hug. And be like, I missed you,
I'm gonna
man.
do the same.
So he seems to be a little shocked. He looks around and he just goes, what happened?
Welcome
You
back
think
to
you
the
could
land
let
of
us-
living.
You think we could let you stay dead?
I died?
Yeah, we
Yes.
after we tried to take the poison out of you, Mage Killer came back in and stabbed you again. But he sacrificed his own life to bring you back.
And he looks over and just looks at the mage killer's body and he just goes, why?
Well, turns out that Merlin had killed his entire species. All the Dark Elves were dead because of Merlin, and the only way that he could take his revenge on and basically get revenge for his species' death was to murder Merlin, and the only way to do that was to get a bunch of souls and use the tome and kill Merlin. And unfortunately, a lot of people died because of it. But after that, he contacted us because we were the only ragtag group that, I don't know, didn't seem to, I mean, we stood in his way, but he never really told us what happened.
Hmm. Well, yeah, it's kind of, gosh, that's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, honestly. This whole thing is just sad. Well, except for you coming back part. That's pretty lit, can't lie.
This is the first time you've actually been excited for me to be around.
Honestly, when you threw that chicken wing at the mage killer, that was hilarious, and it absolutely made my night. And I also put my life on the line when you were dying of poison, so it's not the first time I've looked out for you.
It was actually a turkey leg, but
Yeah, it was even better.
wow, that's crazy. And so he sacrificed himself to bring me back.
Yep.
Oh, gosh, it's I've never heard of something like that, especially after he killed me. But
How are you
Well-
feeling?
physically, fine, but still a lot to take in.
Hmm.
Can you remember anything from being, well, we technically had to choose you. We had to choose one soul to bring back, and we chose you. Because you meant the most to us.
Wow. Well, I bet the other souls weren't really like that hard of a choice then. I mean, I haven't known you
Tor-
long.
Torin was kind of a toss-up on that one, honestly. We could have brought Torin back, but he really just ended his own life by running face first into a dragon and then the mage killer himself. So I mean,
Wait. You brought me back instead of your friend, who you've traveled with.
yeah, guess so. I feel like you were more of our friend than. Well, I'm not gonna say he wasn't a friend, but he ended his own life. You know, he ran face first into danger when he didn't have any defenses. So I kind of, when someone just ends their own life like that, you don't really want to bring them back. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did throw a turkey leg at the guy.
Well, you didn't have any other choice. Your pouch was gone.
Oh, that is true.
You at least tried to do something.
Mhm.
Warren just ran in there and died.
If it makes you feel better, I lost the majority vote on us.
And he leans over and whispers to Novos, goes, "Is the big guy gonna kill me now?"
I think you're safe. It's a hard toss up though.
Well, nonetheless, thank you.
No problem, man. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
I still can't with waffles in the audience. That's just killing me right now. We're supposed to have this heartwarming moment with waffles, and it's just it's just one of our NPCs. Oh god. Okay, sorry, I had to break a second. It was killing me looking down.
We technically could have brought back Merlin, couldn't we have? Do you think he was in there?
No, because
no,
he was killed by it. I don't think
was-
he was captured by it.
Yeah, he was killed by it, not captured.
Yeah, and you see Nazo, he kind of he finally returns back to his feet, and he reaches his staff over and taps Novos on the shoulder and points back to the door, and you can actually see the door itself kind of it's getting a little unstable.
Oh, we should probably go, guys.
And yeah, you see Nazo just starting to walk fast back toward it.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow and we'll head back. I guess head back towards the portal. I'm gonna I guess I can't really dig a hole very fast, but I do want to bury the mage killer. I don't want to just leave his body. Can I do that really quick?
If you would like to try to do that. And
Everyone else is running.
Yeah,
to the
so everybody's
portal.
everybody's starting to try to run and everything, and Nazo looks back and sees you reach down for the mage killer, and then all of a sudden you feel a huge gust of wind as the mage killer's body gets fucking blasted off into the ocean, off into the ocean, and then Nazo basically grabs a he ends up casting a spell to basically wrap a rope around you, yank you through the door, and slingshot you inside. You fly all the way from one door, going about another 100 feet through the other door, as you fly past everyone at Mach 10 speed. And as you come out, as you literally come out, all of a sudden you you just all of a sudden basically you feel a large impact. Everybody walks out and they see that Novos is being cradled like a baby by Bruise.
Thanks, big guy. As I look up,
And so Bruise is sitting there literally rocking you back and forth and goes, "No worry, Brucey got you."
Bruce the man. I look to Aiden and be like, I know you wish you were. I know you wish you were me right now.
Does this guy even have a brain at this point, or is it just run by a bunch of kids? Is it 3 kids in a trench coat?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
I'm not even. That's Nazo.
Nazo.
The weather boy, the guy who literally could summon. You know what? Never mind. You wouldn't understand with your inferior mind.
Inferior mind.
Man.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna not comprehend his insult at all, and then hop out of what's his the board the guy's arms and be like, "Thanks for the catch," and then head back to my group.
Well, all of you seem to have gotten back, and you now have a +1. Who's this? Well, is anyone going to bloody introduce me, or are we just going to be sitting here?
This is Edo. This is Edo. He's our longtime friend. It turns out that the mage killer sacrificed himself to bring back one of our friends, and we choose Edo.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of complicated. Mage killer, Merlin kills his entire civilization, was finished, death be upon me! And then, just died. Well, to be fair, Dashu killed him, but he wanted someone to end his life.
Well, that's definitely a bit strange, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that, idiot here talked to all of you and the mage killer. Mage killer decided to bring back one of your friends. Out of anybody you could have brought back, one of your friends, not like Merlin himself.
Who's it? Am I the idiot?
Well, it was a matter of captured souls type of deal. Bring back, not just anyone.
Also,
Well,
Merlin
yeah, but
sounds
the
like he did a
captured souls
war
would be anyone
crime.
that he killed, right? And then you see Nazo, he kind of like, he taps him on the shoulder, and then like you see him sit there, and he just kind of like, he puts the little ball of his staff kind of in his hand, and then he does a little with his hand, does a little explosion, and he's just like, what? So dying by explosion doesn't count? And he waves his finger like no, and then he go and then he kind of like goes and he pokes Ito in the side, and of course Ito's just like ow, and he goes and he basically takes the staff and he puts it in his hand and clenches his hand around it like it's like a captured soul, but then he then takes basically his staff itself and pretends to chuck the staff, and like as it lands it just kind of explodes, and he does like an explosion, but then like he almost does like trying to insinuate like an implosion, as in like it goes back in and kills whatever.
Can the only words that he ever says be "death be upon ye," and he just never speaks again?
What, Nazo?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't say anything.
Ah, unfortunate.
So what I'm getting out of this is basically Merlin wasn't trapped because he used the captured souls to kill Merlin, and so Merlin's soul's just destroyed. And Nazu goes and just nods his head.
There's a real talker there.
Okay. And by the way, if you couldn't remember, Nazo has a permanent smile on his face from his mask.
Oh, that's
So the whole time he's just smiling.
Also, Aiden, did you not hear the part where I said Merlin murdered an entire race of people?
I mean, that's true, but he also saved countless lives.
Geneva suggestion.
What?
Never mind. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't understand. Novos doesn't fully understand what he said either. Like, Novos doesn't understand what Geneva suggestion means. He just said it.
That's just normal. Though.
Yeah.
He's thinking that there's like a lady whose name is Geneva.
Geneva, yeah.
And she suggested something.
Yeah, and she suggested.
So, what do y'all plan on doing now? You heading back to Estia?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, well, we kind of need to head back there too, and at least report what's happened. with Merlin being dead and all of that, that and get our payments, because, I mean, we were sent out here to protect civilians, and for the last time I checked, all civilians are perfectly fine. It was just Merlin that was dead.
Fair enough. I guess
So-
you guys can hop a ride with us. I don't know about him though, but I guess we could give him a ride.
And you see, he's like still kind of like in shock, and he goes, I've been wait, Merlin? Merlin's dead.
Death be upon ye. You know.
What?
I'm gonna let Novos is just gonna stay silent and let somebody else explain it.
Long story short, Mage Killer collected souls and then blew up Merlin using the souls.
So, Merlin's gone. Like,
Unfortunately.
shit.
Is that a problem?
I mean, I kind of would have liked to talk to him a bit before he
I mean-
passed.
Honestly, you weren't there for his pompous ring message where he was like the great, powerful, blah, 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 and he just kept hyping himself up, and he was like, "This is an emergency message of the great, powerful sorcerer." It was just awful. He was just hyping up his dead body, like his dead self, and I was like, you know what? Honestly, I'm glad he died, because nobody should hype themselves up that much.
Yeah, but don't you do that like on a daily basis?
We're not talking about me here, okay? We're not talking about me. All right, we're talking about Merlin.
Yeah, and you just hear Aiden go like, "Yeah, if we were going by that standards, this guy would have been dead the first day that I met him."
Novus is just gonna roll his eyes.
And you see, he kind of like looks a little. He looks a little down, and he just goes, "Man, there were so many questions I needed to ask him."
Like what?
Well, for starters, why I decided to leave my family.
He did what now?
And you see him, he kind of reaches over into his pocket, and he goes, "Oh, yeah. It's on my body."
What are you looking for?
I had an old letter that I kept from the day he ended up leaving my family. More specifically, leaving my mother.
Is Merlin your dad?
No.
Oh, okay. Like your stepdad? Your uncle?
He
Your grandpa?
yeah.
Oh. Oh. Well,
You see,
damn.
even though I'm human, there's a little bit of elf in me. It was just kind of it was basically one of those things where, him, it was him and whoever he was with had my mother, so she was a half elf, and then she found a human to stay with, and I just came out all human.
I'm gonna look very closely at his ears and then flick one of them and be like, that's
Ow,
a human
what the
ear.
hell? Yeah,
sorry,
of course.
just
I
making
just said I
sure.
was human.
All right, calm down.
Man. Well, it's not like it was. Wait. It's not like I needed to ask him, just always wondered.
I mean, he killed an entire population, and he left your family. Honestly, sounds like the Mage Killer was a better man than him. No offense.
Understandable. Well, nonetheless, I guess it's pretty much set for that, I guess. There's really nothing more to it. And Quinn just goes, "No, I'm not entirely sure, but he's not exactly a part of your party, is he?"
Of ours? Kind of.
Like, I'm talking about, have you signed him up at the Guild of Hestia?
Oh, no, we haven't, I don't think.
The Guild? I don't know. I've tried doing adventuring and stuff, but I'm not sure exactly, how much of that I would be able to do, especially with the fact that I'm pretty useless without any components.
We could get you more components.
I guess, but I don't know how much of use I really would be. Well, you won't know unless you try, lad. Now looky here. Sometimes, when I'm sitting there and I have to, go and revive one of these doofuses because they want to run into battle, because they think their cool red knight armor is going to save them from a dragon. You see Aiden looking pissed off, or the big strong brute wants to go in and just, want to go punch every little thing he sees, and unfortunately the one thing he sees is a self-exploding bomb. And you see Bruce kind of look a little, looks a little pouty and everything. He goes, or when, you have a certain wizard of ours likes to cast fireball and try to kill the rest of us. There's always a problem with that, like, you see, there's 3 of the 4 party members here that's come with me that typically do all of the stupid stuff. And he kind of whispers, "I would say all 4 of them, but she might kill me." And
She?
Hmm?
She?
Yeah. There's another one there. She's got like brown,
Okay.
brown gloves and everything. And
Nose is gonna tip his hat at her.
so you just see her, she just looks a little irritated at you.
All right, that's fair.
So if you need a refresher, let me go see if I can pull up a picture of her. So, because I believe I did show a picture one time of her. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's really zoomed in. I don't know why it's doing that. Is that showing the whole journal entry?
I
I think it is.
I think so.
Oh. I have no clue how to take that off now. I think you'll have to exit out of that. Oh, no. Okay, there it goes. Let me try this again.
Novus is gonna look real disappointed after he's been
Yeah,
rejected.
there you go.
Yeah. Novus feels rejected.
She looks slightly irritated.
Yeah.
So, well, nonetheless, hope you all get your things settled, and well, and he kind of, you see him kind of like, you see him kind of like look over at you and goes, "Well, whatever you may do, whether you go questing with these fine folks, or whether you decide to head off on your own grand adventure, or maybe lie down somewhere and just, I don't know, spend the rest of your days in boredom, I wish you the best of luck, and make sure that you don't get yourself killed out there, because, well, you already did once, and I really don't want to have to go and resurrect you myself. So, you all have a pleasant day. we're going to go ahead and pack our things up, as we also need to head off to Hestia here soon.
Novus is gonna pull a thing of flowers from out of his hat and give it to the girl. Novus
And-
collected these flowers while collecting rocks, just so you know.
They're like petals falling off, and it just looks like
yeah,
He's-
slightly.
He just
slightly
says that
distorted
out
flowers.
loud as well.
Yeah. Novos collected these while Novos was looking for rocks, and he leans his head down and hands the flowers.
So you see Aiden just looks like he looks pissed off, but he doesn't say anything. And she just looks at she takes the flowers, she looks at them, and she goes, "You know, that's sweet." And then she just drops the flowers and starts walking off.
That's fair. They weren't very nice flowers.
yeah, and they were from you too.
Yeah, I'd burn
so-
them.
Bruce like pats Novos on the shoulder and goes, "Don't worry. Bruce understands. Bruce once gave her a flower and she gave me punch.
Oh, well, at least I didn't get a punch. That might be a good sign.
Well, it was mostly she gave me punch because flowers was in the form of a tattoo on fist."
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense, buddy. That
And
makes sense.
and Quinn just goes, "Yeah, Aiden kind of ended up telling him that in order to show your affection as a friend, you had to well, give her flowers." And then he went and basically got him a temporary tattoo to then let him give flowers.
Aiden's a real jerk, isn't he? I'm sorry, buddy.
Don't
And I, and
worry.
I, and I tap him.
Don't worry. Bruce and Tara made up.
Oh, that's good. That's good, buddy. Well, you have a good one. Farewell.
Yeah,
Take
y'all
care
have
of
a-
yourself.
Y'all have a great day, and don't get yourselves killed.
We probably will.
And so the aces kind of start to walk away, and Nazo kind of like, Nazo kind of turns to all of you, and he turns to all of you for a second, and you see him like reach into his robe, and he ends up like basically like frisbee throwing a letter at you guys.
I grab it and
Yeah.
I guess read it.
And so you open it, and you see that you see basically it's a letter from Marquise. And it's a letter from Marquise, basically asking that the next time you are in town, like next time you're in the city of Hestia, to head by the dwarf's place.
Oh, I wonder how Fidget's doing.
Yo.
Yup.
Okay.
I wonder if Fidget's doing well. Maybe we should go check it out. Although I don't like Marquis. Whatever his name is. Stupid robot.
Okay. And so with that, all of you are pretty much set to do whatever at this point. So do you plan on heading back now?
Aren't we waiting for the aces?
You're gonna wait
No,
for
I
the...
think they're leaving separate from us.
Oh, I thought we were taking the aces with us. I thought that was.
I thought that too.
It's your choice if you want to wait.
Well, how long would we be waiting?
Good question.
Well, I'm gonna turn to Ito and be like, do you want to pick up some components before we leave?
That would be smart. I did kind of lose all of them when I, died. Well, actually, I lost them before then, but yeah. It would at least be smart on my part, so then I don't have to throw turkey legs at people to, possibly hurt them.
All right, well, let's go and grab you some.
Okay.
While they're looking for components, do I know if Gregory II is still in town?
You don't know that for sure.
Can I ask around real quick?
Sure, yeah. So you walk around, and you end up looking around and everything, and after asking for a while, nobody recognizes the name. However, eventually, you do end up finding like a bar, and you do see Gregory, kind of sitting in the back. Just, it seems that he's just sitting there, kind of like drinking a little bit. He seems to be a little depressed, but like, he doesn't seem to be like drowning himself in alcohol.
Yeah. So I'm gonna approach him.
Yep. So you walk in, you approach him, and as you walk up, Gregory looks over at you and goes, is there anything I can help you with?
No, I just wanted to let you know Char's been avenged.
Oh. You're the kobold from the competition.
Yes.
Ah.
And
yes.
I like kind of shift the rapier he gave me. Yeah, you gave me this, and I promised I would avenge Char for saving my life.
And so his killer is now dead?
Yes.
Well, it sucks that doesn't make me feel any better, but that's just life. I do appreciate you going out of your way to do that.
It was the least I could do.
Now that I think about it, I think I might have one other thing that might be of interest. And, he reaches into his pocket. And he, gotta pull up this thing. If D&D bound will ever load. Okay. So he reaches into his pocket, and you see him pull out, a ring. And he goes, "Now, I'm not sure of all the places that this could help you, but this was Char's signet ring of our royal family. If you ever come in contact with another noble inside of Hestia, they might recognize this."
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I will keep it very safe, and I will do my best to keep Char's memory alive. I know you will as well.
Of course. So, I will tell you one thing though. Even though I said nobles, probably best not to show this in front of the royal family.
May I ask why?
It's nothing I did in particular, but my father and the current king are definitely not friends.
I understand.
So it's a very long story, and maybe one of these days I can share it with you. But for
Yes.
now, I plan to drink for a while and I guess head off on the road. I mean, I do have a son to go look after here soon, so
Mm-hmm.
he's he just turned I think it was 16 just a few days ago. So
Well, I will leave you be, and if you ever are around the Guild of Hestia, feel free to stop by and look for me. That's where I usually am.
good. That is completely fine.
And as I leave, I'm gonna pay for like a couple of his drinks, like pay ahead, so like when he asks for another drink, it's already paid for.
Okay. So how much you putting down?
How many is it a drink? Like
It's like
per
2
drink?
copper a drink, pretty much.
Uh,
So only time it's like more than that's like, when you're getting something fancy.
I'll put down 4 copper and pay for like 2 of his drinks.
Okay. Cool.
And then I'll head back to the cart and wait for everybody.
So you head out. Minara ends up going with Ito off to get some spell components. And as you're heading, you're heading back, and we jump to meanwhile, Minara and Ito end up heading off to kind of a component shop. Ends up heading off to go get some stuff, and Ito kind of like looks around and starts grabbing some stuff, and he goes, "Wait, crap! I don't have any money."
This one's on me.
How much money do you have?
I have some.
Okay, but how much is
Just-
some?
I would say don't go over 20 gold's worth.
Okay. I don't think anything would require that. I'm actually checking to see if anything does require that.
Hmm.
By the looks of it, it's going to cost you 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
There is something. He does tell you though that at some point he does need to get himself some platinum rings, but
Oh.
yeah, unfortunately, those are like typically 50 gold pieces each, so he's not worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If need be, along the way, we could also stop, and if there's any components that you can gather, locally in the along the forest or something, we could always grab you some there too.
That is true. I typically find a lot of my stuff in the forest, but I mean, it did take me months to get everything I had, so this will definitely do for now.
Okay.
Yep, I appreciate it.
Of course. I'm gonna pay for his components.
So, he ends up, he gets everything. His component pouch is, he ends up filling up pretty much on components, and he starts putting it in. And he just goes, another thing, unless we want them to be loosely in my robes constantly, any chance we could get an actual pouch for me to put this in?
Of course.
So, and it's gonna be 2 gold pieces for the pouch.
Okay. Then I'll get that as well.
So, and so he ends up putting everything in the pouch, and he goes, "Well, I think we're set to head off. I guess let's go and find out what the others are doing." So you head off. You all get to the wagon, and all of you are now ready. And just as they arrive, you also see the aces roll up. They don't seem to have a wagon of their own. They seem to be walking. And Quinn just goes, "Oh, y'all are still in town? I figured y'all would have left by now."
We figured we'd wait for you guys and travel
well.
together.
Mighty kind. Okay, well, I guess more the merrier on this trip. So, Well, let's head on off and I guess enjoy a good time. And Aiden just goes, "Wait, you're saying I have to deal with this doofus?" As he points to Novos, like for 5 days. Well, it's either you deal with him for 5 days, or you can walk by yourself for 5 days. It's your choice, because I would like to spend a little time with, well, the ones who avenged Merlin. Fine.
We'll keep him on a leash, don't worry.
Oh, man. That better be a really short leash, because if he comes over here, I might as well. And Bruce, like, kind of takes his hand and just puts it over his head, basically engulfing his entire head in his hand, and just goes, "Don't worry, Brucey will make sure that little small Aiden is safe." Bruce, swear to God, don't worry, Aiden. It's fine. I will make sure that you are safe from the big bad little wizard man. So you even see Naza over there. You don't hear anything, but you just like see him chuckling. Well, I think it's time for us to head off. If you've done everything, we've got our stuff. Let's hit the road. And so, with that, all of you head off, and you make your way out of Hector and back onto the road. And so, as you're kind of traveling for a while, Quinn, basically all the aces are walking by the cart itself, kind of just following along, and Quinn goes, I'm not entirely sure, but when it comes down to it, you all seem to be, I don't know, in the middle of a lot of big, dangerous things a lot.
You're telling us.
Well, I'm just like wondering, are you all powerful, or?
We're only C rank, right? That's what our rank
Yeah.
is? We're only C rank. I don't think we're really, honestly, truly that powerful, but we do try our best.
Well, I understand that, but, like, just because of your rank doesn't mean you're not very powerful. Like, and he kind of, like, whispers over. The rest of the aces are kind of a little farther, they're about 20, 30 feet behind the wagon. He kind of, like, whispers over and just goes, "You see, like, some of us in this group are not exactly as powerful as we are. We just tend to hang around very powerful people. Like me, yeah, I'm very, I am powerful to an aspect, but honestly, I shouldn't even be of an A rank. I should kind of be a B rank, but they needed a healer for their party, so they picked me up one day and thought I was good enough. And then when they got promoted to A rank, I did too. So, and there's some of us," and he looks back towards Bruce, who's just sitting there. He's just walking and, like, looking around at everything. Like, it's like he's seen it for the first time. It's like a maze, like a child walking in a candy shop. And
Didn't he walk this way? Didn't he walk here?
What, Bruce?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he has seen it. It's just it's the first time he's seen it.
It's like the first time he's seen it. Yeah, he's just looking around. At
Novos.
Yeah. And he goes, "Big guy over there. Well, don't tell the others I said this, but honestly, I think he could qualify for S rank. I mean, that guy. Whew. Even though we all consider Aiden to technically be our leader in all of this, well, when it comes down to it, in terms of pure strength, I mean, I think Bruce could probably beat him pretty badly."
Yeah, I kind of understand that. I'm technically the leader of our group, and I definitely feel like Gel could probably whip me.
Oh, shoot. I mean,
He could probably beat me with one arm tied behind his back, in all honesty.
Yeah, that's typically what happens with some of the brutes. I mean, Bruce is very strong, but he's also not very smart, which is why he's not typically the one that ends up leading us around and everything. He typically is just there for when we say Bruce smash, he goes smash.
Well, the thing with Gel, though, is he's not really... He's not dumb. He's very intelligent.
Well, I mean, it does seem... I mean, he made it this far, so clearly, well, someone's had to have a little bit of brains. I mean, who would you say is typically the brains of the group?
I don't know, honestly. I think we kind of, as a group, work well together. I don't think any one of us are,
I see.
the brains of the group.
Yeah,
Definitely
no.
not Novos. Novos is definitely not the brains.
Yeah, that is understandable. Sometimes the group doesn't necessarily need a leader. Sometimes they just work well together. So, but sometimes it probably is good to have a little bit of a backup just in case, because while I'm technically, I guess you could say, the supporter role of the group, being able to heal them with the mighty power of screaming at them. There have been times where, Aiden couldn't really pick up the slack of, leading the team, and so I've had to. I think it would just be best to think about think of someone that you can depend on as a strategist, because, when your main terms of, I guess you could say, strategy fails, you're going to have somebody be able to take lead on that. But that's just my opinion on the matter. Like I said, I'm not very strong myself. I just tend to, scream at them, and, well, they're not dead, so I think something's worked out.
Yeah, I'll make sure to keep that in mind.
I think y'all can do pretty well. I mean, considering, you've already done some decent deeds there. I mean, you took out... you can now say that you were the ones that defeated the guy who defeated Merlin. I mean, not many people can say that. I mean, even we can't even say that. So... All I'm saying is there might be a little bit in it for you, when we get back to the guild. I mean, so now Merlin wasn't dead long enough for anyone to probably put the bounty on the mage killer. All depending, so we'll have to see. But any of you, by any chance, pick up a bounty license of any kind?
I don't believe so. We only have the guild paperwork and the guild coin, and I show the little coin real quick.
I would probably suggest that you go and do that. See, as adventurers, we are partial bounty hunters as well. Sometimes the I guess you could say the policing headquarters will the barracks will send a couple things down to the guild sometimes. Maybe there's someone that's a little too strong for, just normal guards to take on, or maybe they just don't have the manpower sometimes to go after someone. And so they just, they'll send us some quests sometimes through that. And while you don't see that a lot at, I guess you could say, the, C ranks and below, there have been times I have seen them at C rank. Matter of fact, if I'm correct, I think there were rumors about a bounty somewhere in Hestia right before we left. But, well, we had more pressing matters to get to, so now we're here.
Well, we will definitely check that out when we get back.
Yes. Yeah, we definitely... I think there was it was something on the lines of... I think the ringmaster at the arena might have put it up. Not
Really?
entirely sure. Yeah, it had something to do with a stolen item. It was something. I think it was something of his that was stolen, and so there's a bounty on the person. Not entirely sure. we'll have to see. But I mean, how long have y'all been traveling together?
How long has it actually been? It's been like several months, hasn't it?
I wouldn't say several months.
Like a few months, a month, a couple months.
Yeah, let me look at the timeline. Okay, this one, that one. It's day 46.
So only like a month and a half. Like, or maybe a month and a quarter.
Yeah. Well, it's about a month and a half. So.
Yeah. So, we've been traveling together for about a month and a half. Not very long, in all honesty. And Minara was only recently added to.
So, what you're saying is you went from D rank to C rank in less than a month?
I believe so. Yeah.
I'm actually looking to see when y'all got promoted. Let's see, you guys. It's just over a month.
Okay.
I believe it was day 33.
Uh,
Because it was also the same time you got notified from the guild that the tournament would be hosting it, right?
I think so. Yeah. Because I
Um,
think we were C rank right before we went to the
so
tournament, and then
yeah. Well,
af-
did you? Was it C rank? Was it C rank when you were notified for the card competition, or was it the magic competition?
yeah, I think it was the card competition.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, because that would be
We were
day
C rank.
33.
Yeah, we were C rank during the card competition.
Yeah. Well, you'll definitely have progressed. Most people don't get out of D ranks for at least a good 4 or 5 months before they move on to the next one. I don't know. Maybe y'all do have potential to actually do something. Well, nonetheless, you still got a lot ahead of you. I mean, y'all probably could run into a few things that you couldn't quite handle that well. I did hear about one job y'all went on, a while back where you almost died to a bunch of wolves or something like that. I'm not quite sure about the details, but it was something like that. There was rumors spreading around about it.
Which job again?
I don't know, something about wolves or something.
Oh, I believe that was one of the first few jobs that we went on.
Yeah. So.
Which were the
which
rumors?
makes sense. Wolves can definitely be kind of troublesome.
You said there were rumors about it?
Well, yeah, I mean, with adventurers, when we tend to not perform a job very well, the guild will find out one way or another, whether it's from word of mouth or whether it's from the guild keeping a watchful eye over you by sending other guild members. No, it's the guild can be kind of weird at times. So especially when they send the E ranks. Ugh, gosh.
But the rumors are that we didn't perform well. I'm a little confused about the rumors.
Well, I mean, from what I've heard, I mean, you all almost died then, right?
Did we? I don't remember. 'Cause that's been like IRL.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
several
no,
months.
you guys, like, you like, yeah, pretty much.
that's
You
what
almost got
I'm-
party
I'll say
wiped,
the
and
o-
you
The
almost got
only
party
one who
wiped.
did not go down was me.
Yeah, that's right.
Gel basically carried
Oh,
you guys.
jeez.
But yeah, so Daz will say, yes, that is true. We did, almost all get wiped out. But like I said, Gil kept us standing for the most part.
It's always good to have.
If not
someone
for
like
him,
that.
yeah, if not for him, we would probably have fared much worse.
Completely understandable. We had a job about I'd say roughly 6 months ago. We went off to go and try to take down a bandit camp, and it seems the bandit leader, well, whew, he was very strong. I'm talking about just by himself. He ended up taking down 4 of us. The only one left standing was Bruce, and the only reason he made it through is because I don't know anyone that can kill that guy. I mean, seriously, that guy, he took a cannonball straight to the gut 3 times, and he caught them and threw them back.
I look over at Bruce.
Yeah, he's looking off in the distance like, look at that, Aiden, it's a butterfly. It's the same butterfly that's been following us for the last hour.
Well, I'm glad he's on your side.
Trust me, I completely understand. If he worked for the wrong person, it might have been bad. I'm just glad that I'm just glad he ended up just joining through following Tara around for a while. Because other than that, gosh, if he ended up in the wrong hands, such as, I don't know, maybe the mage killer, that could have been a lot worse. A lot
Well, the thing
worse.
with the mage killer is he definitely was more of a solo.
Oh, yes, very much so. But imagine if his motives were slightly different.
That's fair.
Or
But
if he wanted to continue living for the sake of Bruce, Because, well, I can tell you, some of us in this party, we don't know what we'd do without that hump of lump over there. I mean, he may not be the brightest, but he's great to be around.
well, I know one thing. When we get back to the city, I know we're probably gonna get straight on another job, in all honesty. Maybe even a bounty if we're lucky. Speaking of, you said that it requires a license to do that. Does the license cost quite a bit, or do you know?
It's not that much. I think it's, it's a little pricey. You could technically do bounties themselves, but you would only take, I guess you could say, the informational reward. See, every bounty has a reward itself for somebody giving information to the department, to the barracks and everything. You would only be able to get that without a license, but also the license itself does help a lot of tricky situations, because if you have a license and you do something, let's say, illegal, such as attacking someone in the middle of a day, tends to be kind of an issue when it comes to the guards, because, well, you're technically doing something illegal. But if you have the license, well, you can at least tell them that's the case, and then they'll most likely look the other way for the time being, as long as you're not hurting other people in the process. So we had to get it a while back because, well, the first one we went after, we didn't know about the license. Nazo tried explaining it to us, but, well, it's kind of hard to understand somebody who doesn't exactly, know how to explain stuff. So, we went after a guy, and, well, we got him. But, well, Bruce kind of destroyed a tavern in the process, and might have injured a few of the occupants in there, and, well, the guards was planning on trying to execute him, which, what good would that do? I mean, seriously. I mean, like I said, I'm not sure if we could even kill this guy. He goes on a rampage. It takes all 4 of us just to stop him. And that's stopping him. That's not knocking him out. Oh, I think the only time we've ever actually been able to make him fall unconscious is by having, 3 of us cast a sleep spell at once and still beating the crap out of him. It's a lot to take down that guy, but I would highly suggest a bounty license would be kind of useful, especially if you end up finding any targets inside of a town. In other words, they'll use that as their safe space, and, well, makes life a little more difficult.
Yeah, well, we will definitely get the license if we do plan on, capturing some bounties.
Yeah, it's a little pricey, but as long as the license is tied to at least one of you, you should be fine. So because the license, the license itself is about, I'd say, 10 gold pieces.
That's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might be 20. For us, it was 10, but we also got it, about 2 years ago. So I think it might have gone up with the number of adventurers trying to go off and get bounty license, and some criminals also get it too, to try to, get away with some laws. So yeah, might have gone up. I'm not entirely sure, but you'll just have to see on that. But at least we're able to have a moment to relax and enjoy what we can before the next grand adventure.
That is true.
So y'all travel for a bit, and you finally, you relax for the night. You get a nice long rest in and everything again. Then, finally at the end of your travels, you travel for a couple of days, and you surprisingly find out that the aces seem to travel at a decent pace. They're able to keep up with your wagon for the most part. Takes you 4 days to get back to Hestia, and upon arriving back to Hestia, you look in, you hear the bell tower once again striking as it just hits 10 a.m. As you get there, you get into the city, the guards let you pass, everything is just fine, and as you walk inside, you see everyone is now excited to be back home. Well, looks like we're back home, boys. Oh, and ladies, of course. It's a little odd to be saying that to multiple ladies in a party. And he looks over at Tara. Tara just looks pissed off, and he's just like, "Okay, geez, okay, well, so we are going to have to head off to the guild and report a few things then. For the rest of you, good luck on your adventures, your journey, or whatever. But we have some things to do, and I have some shopping I want to do. So, considering this payment of gold is going to be quite hefty."
Well, it was great getting to talk to you all, and we wish you the best of luck on your adventures as well.
Yes, you too. And if you ever need anything from us, go issue a job into the guild, because we don't work for free.
Same here.
And so with that, the aces walk off toward the guild, leaving y'all with your wagon. Ito kind of turns over and goes, "Well, I'm kind of just here with you guys, so..."
I forgot, did we rent this wagon or did we buy it?
We bought it.
You bought it.
Okay.
Oh, jeez, I said that weird. We bought it.
Yeah, you ended up buying it.
I bought it.
You
Yeah,
bought
we bought it.
Are there any places that we can like stow the wagon while we're in the city?
Yeah, you can take. I mean, you can take it off to a stable.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea because I don't think we really.
Yeah, they charge. I mean, oh yeah, they don't really charge that much. It's like 1 silver a day to just stow the wagon. The horses, you have to. I mean, the horses are a little more. So, the horses like
They eat.
Yeah, because they eat and stuff. So it's like 2 silver per horse per day, is essentially how that works.
So it's 6 silver total, like a day for
Yeah, pretty
the
much.
wagon and the.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so let me think.
I mean, if you have a couple hundred gold, you could just go buy a stable.
Yeah.
We're broke, Johnny. We have no gold.
Okay, how long do you guys think we're gonna be staying in the city for?
Well, I guess it depends on if there's any jobs available at the moment.
That's
And
true.
it also depends on if the jobs are in the city or not.
That's also true. How about we pay for at least 2 or 3 days?
That sounds about. That sounds pretty fair.
So I'll pay for 3 days, so that's 2 gold and 4 silver, I think.
Okay. So, let's see. You said 3 days?
Yeah,
Well, that's 3 days times 6 silver.
which is 24 silver, so that's 2 gold.
No.
4 silver.
3 times 6 is 18.
Oh,
So it's 1.8 gold.
so it's 1 gold, 8 silver.
Yeah.
You said he was the leader of the party, not that he was good at math.
Zach is also not good at math, so. Okay.
It's okay. D&D doesn't require you to be good at math.
Wait, maybe the entire reason
That's
Dashi
why-
has
that's
been,
why
like,
the-
giving out, like,
That's why
gold.
the saying is every +1 and +2 counts, not every +1 times 2 counts.
Maybe the reason why Dashi has been giving out so much gold is like extra is because he doesn't understand math.
Yeah.
It's not from the
That's
kindness of his
fair.
own heart. He just wants to make sure he's not short paying anyone.
That is very valid. Honestly, that's canon.
One day he gets decent at math, and then it's like he has a realization of the amount of gold I would have.
Okay. So yeah, I pay for like 3 days of rent for the stable, and then I say to the group, should we go and see about getting a bounty license, maybe, and then
Sure, we
And-
could do that.
I think we
Ito,
should do that and then go to the guild.
Ito, do you want to come along? Do you maybe want to sign up at the guild?
Well, I don't really have anything else to do, so doesn't sound like a bad idea. I guess I could.
All right.
All right, so I guess we'll go to the bounty office first.
So you end up okay, so you go into the bounty office, and upon arriving, you see you see a couple people inside, and you end up walking up, and there seems to be a guy there at reception, and he just goes, great newcomers. Okay. So what can I help you with?
We would like to purchase a bounty license.
Okay. And he reaches down, he grabs some paperwork and goes, who are we signing the bounty license off to?
I guess myself.
Okay, please write your full name there on the paper. And then I'm gonna need a payment of 20 gold pieces.
Right. All right. I'll go ahead and write down all the information and then pay him 20 gold.
Okay. And he takes
Do you want me
it.
to throw in 10 gold so you're not having to pay the full price?
Honestly, yes.
Okay, I'll
5 gold.
I'll toss in 10.
So, all right.
Here's
so
me who only
yeah.
has 20 gold.
Yeah. So he ends up taking it and everything, and he takes the paper, he stamps it, and then he reaches down and he grabs basically an official Kingdom of Hestia bounty badge, and he puts it there and he goes, "Please make sure you keep this on you at all times. If you don't have this, when the guards show up of your illegal activities, you may be arrested."
All right, thank you very much. And before we leave, have there been any bounties posted for the mage killer in Hector?
I'll have to check on that real quick.
Is this guy like a slothkin or something like the DMV? And
No. I mean, he gets up just fine and everything, but like he just seems dead inside. And
just like the DMV.
Yeah, pretty much. And he gets up and you see him walk into another room, and then he walks back out and he goes, we don't have anything about a mage killer of sorts. So there were rumors that it was considered. There were rumors that it may have been a dark elf of some kind.
It was.
Well, we only have one bounty here, of a dark elf, whatever that is. So it seems it is someone by the name of Farcrum.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and you are trying to turn this in for whom?
Yes, we're trying to turn it in.
But who's the one? Like, you're turning it in for yourselves.
We basically dispatched him.
I see. Is there any proof that you have in fact done this?
Did we get anything from him? Like,
I don't think so.
Do you by chance?
Wait, do we have the dagger?
yeah,
We have the dagger still?
I think we have one of the daggers.
Maybe give that to him. I don't know.
Do you have any? What did you do with the body?
We, I believe, left it where it laid.
And where would this be?
And I pull out like our map and kind of point to where we met up.
I just like the fact that Novos isn't speaking up about this.
I think Brandon stepped away.
I think he did too, like a long time ago.
So, without any identifiable material, it is kind of hard to assume that he.
Do we actually have one of the daggers?
I know you picked one up.
I'm
So
fairly
you picked up the
certain.
one that was stabbed Ito.
Yeah. So I ask, is this proof enough? And I like hand him the dagger. These daggers were what he used quite frequently.
Unfortunately, nothing in the report states that he had daggers.
Is there any way we can turn the bounty in?
maybe if you had some sort of
We
location,
gave you
we could check for the body.
if we had what?
Like, where did you? Is there a body to?
Yes, there should be, and I showed him on the map. Yeah, I showed him on the map like where we
So-
met up.
So it's here on the. So.
It's on the coast, kind of near Hector, a little northwest of Hector.
I see. Okay, well, I will have to send a team out. And if they can confirm this, then you can, of course, earn the reward. And right then, you hear the door blast open, and standing there, right behind you, is Quinn. And he goes, I realized something! Nazo gave me some really good information! Oh god! So I had a spread here. It was... So... Nazo just told me about the mage killer. Oh my god, I'm lightheaded.
Here, take some water, and I hand him like my water skin.
He takes it, he just starts chugging it. He chugs it literally down to like bone dry. You like basically try to dump it out after, and there's nothing. And he goes, well, so Nazo just let me know that there was a little piece of evidence that we could have used for your bounty, because you know you wanted to claim the bounty and everything. And he said, well, he charades a little bit of a tale of throwing the body into the ocean. And so, oh my god. So I can't say anything but like that, but he walks over and he places down what seems to be some type of like sigil token onto the counter, and you see the reception guy just look at it and go, huh. Well, it's been a little bit since I've seen this here. This is Nazo's bounty token. He can confirm, as an official bounty board member, he can confirm that this in fact was killed by the hands of these two, as he points to Dazu and Novos. So if they plan, and he turns and goes, oh gosh, one of you two did in fact make the actual bounty license yourself, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. So he said himself that that's the case. If you need me to get official writing, I can have it here by the end of the day. And he goes, that seems to be good enough. I will expect an official letter to the bounty board based on this discovery. Well, if that's the case, I guess I should get your award. Now, I will say, we're not exactly sure how useful this will be to you. We do have a little reward here, and unfortunately, this was not issued by Hestia itself. So unfortunately, it will not help you out in any of the City of Hestia facilities, such as the Guild of Hestia, the bounty offices, or even standings within the Hestia itself. However, this bounty was in fact put in by the unified tribes of the Elven Kingdom. And so with this, you will be receiving a reward of Electrum. Do any of you know what Electrum is?
I believe it is supposed to be worth. I mean, I know it's worth something.
Well, I would say good luck. Let me go in the back and see if we have this on hand. And he gets up, he walks over, and you see Quinn. He's still panting. He's like, "Oh man, I should have talked to Nazo on the way up here. I really should have. I didn't think about that. Huh, man. Well, it's good to see you all again.
It's good to see you as well.
I'm not used to running that much, especially after walking all day and everything. Oh man.
Do you know how much Electrum is worth?
Well, I think the exchange office still allows a little bit of allows you to exchange it at least. You see, Hestia is a little weird about the war. Even though we're technically at war with the elves, we still technically do trade with them every once in a while, or at least we trade through third parties. And so, well, with us trading with third parties, sometimes we might have to enjoy. We have to enjoy different currencies. So you know, the elves typically they don't typically use gold pieces as much as they use electrum. Very it's a very peculiar type of coin. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that it's like 1 gold piece per 2 electrum. Something along those lines. It's been quite a while. I think probably about a year since the last time we ended up getting any electrum. We ended up finding it in a dungeon one time, and we weren't quite sure what it was, so we, took it down to see if it was some ancient coin or something. Sure happens to be electrum. I don't know, just kind of strange with that.
Well, hopefully it's enough Electrum.
That is true. And so you see the guy come out and he goes, "Okay, I now have it. There's apparently a letter that was also with it as well. Okay." And he goes and he opens the letter, and he goes, "By the powers of the unified Elven Kingdom, it seems you have all done a great deed, as you have finally taken down Farkrum. You've taken down Farkrum the Necromancer. And with this, you have avenged multiple nobles, on top of avenging the honor of the Elven Kingdoms. And so, with this, they are offering you the reward of 1,000 Electrum pieces as reward for taking him down. And so, congratulations," as he pulls a bag and he puts it there on the counter and goes, "You now have 1,000 Electrum pieces. Congratulations."
500 gold pieces?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that is yep, pretty much. You have basically 1,000 Electrum, which is worth 500 gold.
Nice. Well, this definitely was worth it.
I feel like we jokingly said that like Electrum was like the $2 bill, basically.
Yeah.
At one point.
It basically is.
It kind
it's
of
the
is.
50-cent coin.
It really is like the 50-cent coin. So
It's the 50-cent coin. It's like rarely used, and when you do, it's just like, why? Why is this here?
Dude, sometimes I get like dollar coins and I'm like, why? Why do y'all still have these?
Well, before we leave the bounty office, are there any decent bounties?
So,
like, is there a bounty board? Kind of like there is a board at the guild?
So, yeah, there is a board up and everything. You see a couple bounties and stuff like that. Nothing Nothing really like. I mean, there's one about like a couple thugs caused issues, and there's like a guy's wanted for it. Apparently there's like a bandit leader off to the east that's been going around causing issues for local caravans going through. There is one about like it's like a kind of like a rising rebellion that's starting to build up, and their leader is to the northeast. Basically the town that's like to kind of like the to the north. He's like located somewhere around that area. But then you do see the bounty that Quinn kind of mentioned before, which was about the ringmaster of the Hestia Coliseum put out a bounty on a this one was a kobold who had apparently stolen one of the ringmaster's most prized possessions, which was his special trophy that Dazu was actually issued to go steal at some point.
Is the description me?
No, it's not.
Okay. Good.
If it was you, I'm pretty sure that they would probably take you in.
You'd think.
No. This kobold, the description's similar to Dazu, except for the fact that this kobold seems to have one large horn. Like it only has one horn, and it's basically it's got one broken horn, and then another one that's like large. Like I'm talking about large enough to be like almost like a ram horn, because it kind of curves as well too.
How much is it worth? Like the bounty?
Yeah. So the bounty itself says it's worth 100 gold pieces, but it says 100 gold pieces to bring him in, and 500 gold pieces to with the return of the statue.
The item. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and take that.
And it also tells you to report to the ringmaster upon completion.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and take that.
Yep.
And then as we're leaving, can we go to the exchange office, I guess, and exchange this electrum for gold?
Yeah. So yeah, you get there, they change it out, so you get 500 gold pieces. And of course you see a guy there as he's like at the exchange office. It looks like kind of like a little scrawny, kind of like nerdy guy, and he like looks over like through a magnifying glass and he goes, "Wow, it's been a little bit since I've gotten Electrum here. I think it's been 2 days or 2 months, 3 days, and 7.5 hours. So it's it's been a little while. Man, where'd you get this?"
From a bounty.
Oh, you completed a bounty for the Elven Kingdom. Well, that's a good place to get Electrum. So you probably also got might have gotten a little rep off of that too. Elves are very keen to making sure that they are loyal to the ones that help them out. So do keep that in mind if you ever do those.
We will. Thank you again for your service.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for the Electrum. This will definitely come in handy. And so you head out, you go on your nice little journey, and so now you are 500 gold pieces richer.
Nice.
So, and yeah, what would y'all like to do now?
I guess we'll go to the guild hall.
Okay. So you get to
I will be right back.
Yeah. So all of you head off to the guild hall, and upon getting there, everything seems to be nice and dandy. Everything seems to be normal. You see the aces kind of chilling on the side there. Just kind of relaxing, having a drink and everything near the cafeteria part. And as you walk in, Bruce just goes, he just kind of waves to all of you and goes, "Hey, I think you should go and talk to the people at the desk."
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, pretty lady.
I suppose we go up to the desk.
Yeah. So you walk up to the desk, and upon getting there, the receptionist lady like turns over and goes, "Oh my gosh, you're still alive! I cannot believe that. Jeez, whew. Y'all have been the talk of the guild for quite a little bit since the Aces got back today. Did we hear that you took down someone that killed Merlin?"
Yes. He murdered a lot of people, actually, but yeah, he,
Oh my gosh, powerful
also took the
enough
life
to
of
do that.
Merlin.
Jeez. How powerful are you?
I mean, we all have our strengths. We just work well together.
Oh man. Well, Headmaster heard about this, and with the Guildmaster, knowing about all this, he did take into consideration of some things, and while I can't offer a whole lot, we were able to negotiate some. I was thinking of just getting you automatically ranked up to B rank, but they didn't. I mean, with the previous failures of your party, somewhat failures of the party, and your performance in some aspect, and also the fact that you keep pissing off Aiden and he keeps causing issues for us. It seems that he doesn't want to do that, but however, he did want to offer something up, and he pulls out a pouch. He ends up pulling out a pouch of gold. There is 200 gold in there. He goes, "This is from the guild, for your great deeds have started to spread wide, and just today alone, we've had 6 people sign up to the guild hall."
Oh my.
Yeah, it seems that what you did inspired people, so we wanted to help you out here. Getting more adventurers for the guild is definitely a lot more helpful for us, not only monetarily, but also to make sure that, well, we can help as many people as possible.
Well, we might have a 7th to join up as well.
Another one? Oh man! And Ito just goes, "Hi, my name's Ito. I'd like to sign up here." "Oh my gosh, they weren't lying too! Wow! Welcome!" And you see her come over and grab papers and everything. She goes, "Yes, please just sign these papers." And he walked over and he signs the papers and everything. And you notice his handwriting it's legible, but it's not exactly good. And he goes, "Is that all?" She goes, "Yeah, pretty much. Now, do you have a party that you were going to be joining?" And Ito just looks back at all of you and goes, "Am I joining all of you?"
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, join us. One of us.
One of us. One of us.
Okay. I'm gonna be joining them. And she goes, Well, it's a up and rising party, to say the least. So, congratulations. And she hands him a paper where he signs to join the party of Yes. And as he's reading the paper, he goes, "Your party name is Yes?"
Unfortunately.
Some things happened.
And you just hear the little nerdy guy kind of snickering off to the side.
You get used to it.
I see. Well. Okay. And so he goes and he goes in, signs everything, and he goes, "Okay." And she ends up handing him a coin and goes, "Here you go. And also, here's coins for the rest, because somebody," as she looks at the nerdy guy, "didn't feel like actually giving it to you." And she hands each one of you a coin. It's a smaller version of your party token. And she goes, "Now those can't be used to actually, I guess, they can't really be used to turn in quests or anything like that. But they are used as a form of identification. So it's probably best to keep that on you at all times. Especially if we end up finding you all dead one day, it's probably, best for us to at least be able to identify you so that we can at least contact maybe relatives or anything like that, would have any sort of attachment to you.
Thank you.
So, well, good luck to all of you. I hope, well, you're all gonna do better. You all continue to do great, and I hope all the jobs end up. Well, I hope they're not as dangerous as that one probably was, but I hope everything goes well for you. And congratulations. You did great. I mean, you went off. You took down a very powerful foe. And we heard the rumors that you won the magic competition. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I mean, you did. There was a lot you did in a very short amount of time. Things that would have taken some people months to do, or even a year or so. Like you did in a very short amount of time. And I mean, the fact is you came back. So I have noticed I'm not seeing. Let's see. There's two people from your party I'm not seeing right now. One is Fidget. I think it's a little goblin girl.
Yes, we will. She was actually currently working with her, I guess, adoptive father, I believe. So we're going to go collect her in a little while.
Okay, but she is completely fine, right?
Yes, she's completely fine.
Now where is your other friend here, the Dragonborn?
Unfortunately, he did not make it through the magic competition.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I will mark it down that he is deceased, and we will see if we can contact any of his family. And so she goes down, and you see her write a few things, goes, well, congratulations, and good luck out there.
Thank you.
And so as you're kind of sitting there, or as you're like about to turn around and like, you know, go look at the job board or like walk off or anything, all of a sudden Aiden walks over and bumps straight into Daz and goes, oh, sorry, little man, sorry. Came over here because, well, we're getting drunk over there now, and there's a dwarf that's here to see you, and man, does he know what a good drink is. And you see the dwarf there. He's got Marquise with him and Fidget, and Fidget runs over, and she's just like, hi guys, I did a few things while you were gone, and I also heard about some of the crazy things you did too.
Hey, Fidget.
Hi, Fidget.
Hi, Fidget.
So, you know, I was wondering, is there any chance I could go with you next time instead of, you know, leaving me back here because it was kind of boring?
We would love to have you with us.
You mean that?
It's okay with you. And I look to the dwarf and Marquise.
Marquise just goes, well, as much as I would love to keep her here with me all the time, if she wants to go out and adventure with all of you, I mean, you seem pretty capable enough. At least I know you'll do your best to protect her, so doesn't seem like a problem to me. And the dwarf just goes, well, she's gonna sneak out of the house and do it anyway, so might as well.
All right, I guess that settles it, Fidget.
And she seems all giddy and happy and everything, and she runs over to the table with the aces, and Aiden just like, oh, you should come have a couple of drinks. You know, after everything happened, you should come drink.
Sure. And this
Are you paying
us?
Pay. Me? No, I'm not paying. No. I pay for my drinks, and this lovely man showed up, and he points to Marquise. Marquise goes, do not worry about it. I will pay for it. It's fine.
Why, thank you, friend.
Thank you. Before we get settled, Should we split both the bounty and the...
Yeah, it's 700
Yes.
gold total.
Yeah,
Yep.
700
Yes.
gold
I
total,
just
so-
didn't know how you guys wanted to split it up.
Mhm.
I mean, I figure we just go ahead and split it.
Split 4, 5, how you want to do it?
We'll do 4.
Okay. So 700 divided by 4.
So 175 each.
Yep. Because I didn't know if you want to give Ito some or not.
I mean,
I'll split mine with Ito. I don't mind.
okay.
I have some money.
And we
Time to go spend it all.
need to eventually tell Novos whenever Brandon decides he's going to come back.
Yeah.
Where did Brandon go anyways?
I don't know. But basically, Aiden like kind of like leans over against Gal and goes, "You look pretty strong. We should fight sometime."
He says that to who?
Who's he doing this to?
Gel.
Oh,
Yeah. He's leaning against Gel, just being like, "We should fight sometime."
sure, I'll take the challenge sometime.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Two bros hanging out. This is what being an adventurer is all about. And then he basically his head kind of turns from like him drunkenly like walking, and he just sees Novos and goes, "When is somebody gonna kill this one?" And he just keeps walking. He's just stumbling back.
And Novos is just standing there, T-posing.
His textures haven't fully loaded in, so all of his like robes and everything are just like, you know, the pink and black checkered.
He didn't install the right Gmod.
Oh my gosh!
So, but yeah, so y'all head on over, and upon getting over there, Marquise goes, "Well, I am going to be paying, so go on ahead and drink up, enjoy your day, and, well, enjoy the fact that you're alive."
Yeah, I believe this does call for celebrations.
Yep.
And the dwarf, the dwarf just kind of turns and goes, "Well, I'm not entirely sure exactly what all this stuff means, but after hearing the news, I mean, it seems y'all did something great." And Quinn grabs his tankard and he raises it up and he goes, "To the ones who took down the mage killer, and to the ones who avenged Merlin, hear ye!" And you hear the whole guild go, "Hear ye!" And with that, all of you start to enjoy your drinks. You have a great time. And by the end of the day, when y'all have started to finally tire out from all the partying, Quinn, one last time, gets back up and goes, "Now, I know we've been celebrating all day, and I know that they have deserved this. But to the one party that we all thought would die the first, they have proved us wrong. And I'm talking about, I earned a lot of money off of that. Take that, Aiden!" And Aiden's like, "Oh, fuck you!" And so, with them being alive, well, and also completing a great deed today, and showing some of us A ranks how to do it properly, I think all of them deserve one last "hear ye" from the rest of us. And you hear the whole guild yell, "Hear ye!" And just then all of you feel a great accomplishment inside, as all of you have realized you have not only done a great deed, but you did it in a short amount of time compared to other people. And everyone in the guild is starting to now respect your party as an official party of Hestia. And with that accomplishment and with that great warmth you feel inside, all of you level up to level 5. Woo! You know, I built all this up, and you guys just like absolutely like y'all were supposed to be excited about this. Like this is you've been waiting for this.
I'm
I am
excited.
I'm also trying to be quiet.
Oh gosh, what am I gonna do with you guys?
Hang on, Johnny. I got you. Woo! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy! Woo!
It's already ruined.
Oh,
It's
okay.
already. Y'all had one chance and y'all ruined it.
If only we had Waffles in here, he would be super excited.
Yeah, the fact that Waffles is still just sitting in the audience.
Might as well move Brandon down there too, because
He's just going to yell at us in the chat when he gets back.
Waffles, would you like to come up here for a minute or two?
Waffles
also-
can play as Novos for a little while.
I'll invite him to speak. If he wants to come up, he can come up.
Yeah. But yeah. So all of you enjoy
yeah.
that, and when we return, we will be pretty much sitting down, having drinks in the morning, and you're all going to be figuring out what the hell to do because you guys some of you are probably smashed drunk at this point and do not want to do anything right now.
yeah,
Minora has not been drinking any alcohol. She doesn't drink.
Yeah. So,
Like that.
I would like to add something about the party.
okay.
At one point during the party, Gel actually pulls Dashu to the side, and even though it's like kind of hard to understand, you do realize that Gel actually does speak like a bit of broken thieves' cant, at least a bit of like what he's picked up.
Mm-hmm.
And what you can make out is he says, "I want learn thief. It might helpful." That's what you're able to pick up from like his broken thieves' cant.
Yeah. I guess Dazu will say back in common because I'm assuming that you were also just as drunk as Dazu is, and we'll be like, yeah, we'll learn. You got it.
Okay.
So now we go and edit our characters to the new 2024 rules, right?
So pretty much, yeah. When we return, you guys will be level 5. You'll be ready, and we will start to implement some of the new rules for the 2024 rulebook.
Yeah.
God, this campaign's gonna get even crazier.
It's going to be insane.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you all so much for joining not only the party, but enjoying a great episode. A lot of emotions were in this episode, so tell us, how you felt. What was your favorite moment from the episode, and what future things would you like to see next? But, without further ado, it has been an absolute blast to sit here and work on the series for this far, and I can't wait to just see what happens next. And so, with us, the party of yes, and the grand NPCs that have to join them for whatever friggin' reason, we move on, and when we return, they will be all level 5, ready to go on their next adventure. Thank you all so much for watching. This is the cast of eDIOCRACY saying peace out. Have an amazing night or day wherever the heck you are. And we will see all of you in the next episode to the path to Supernova. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.